we both have been in business for ourselves for 17 years, my husband and I, and it has been a roller coaster of unpredictability. But I'm not complaining because it's really been joyful, and I've been really passionate about sharing my talents and my vision and my dreams with my clients as well as with my staff. And I've been able to grow as an individual in ways that I could never have grown and matured and evolved in ways that would simply not be possible if I worked a typical job or was clocking in and out, or an employee just doing one predictable task or responsibility all the time. I was challenged in ways that I could never anticipate and basically had to wear many hats. An accountant one day, a lawyer the next day, a marketing expert the next day, human resources the next day. So it was a steep learning curve. I made plenty of mistakes, but I learned along the way and I improved. What entrepreneurship buys me is freedom, and freedom is priceless. That ticket to heaven comes at a steep price in terms of unpredictability, in terms of unexpected things happening outside of my control, but it's still a sense of freedom and liberty. I do feel like I am in charge of my own destiny. I do feel like I am in charge of making my own opportunities and that anything is possible. It's the ultimate freedom. When you're passionate about what you do, when you love what you've invented, when you are fiercely independent, when you just love the freedom of being able to command your own time, you own your own time ownership, time management, that no one can give that back to you. Once your time is gone, it's lost. So if you're that type of personality, then it's very difficult to accept the golden handcuffs.
And why I wanted to do that? For my freedom. Freedom in many things. First of all, to enforce my ethics. For me, ethics is probably the more important thing. And if I would have worked for somebody, for example, 2 weeks ago, I would have made a sale of $9,500, agreeing to teach to a kid who had big problems for a whole year when he needed a doctor, not a tutor. If I had an employer, as an employee, I could not say no to $9,500. As a business owner, I can say, sorry, you need a doctor, not a tutor. I can determine my work goals. And especially, I can choose the team with which I work. I remember something like 30 years ago when I was a manager, I had some people in my team which was terrible for me, but it wasn't my team. Now, I choose my team. And also I decide my schedule, which of course means that I can find time for the grandchildren, find time for my readings. Feeling free, which is something which I think is the more important thing for every entrepreneur.
I really love most of all empowering my staff. I love being able to guide them, nurture them, be mentors for them, be a teacher to them, and I love learning from them. Working as a team together, all of us on board with a common objective, a common goal. I'm learning from them, I'm growing from them. Even my interns, especially my interns. My interns are amazing. They teach me new things all the time, and they have all sorts of technological advances and opportunities that they propel the company forward. So They are my eyes, my ears, and they give me energy and inspire me. I'm creating something out of nothing. That is a manifestation of possibilities, if I could ever say. That is really an incredible feeling. I'm not just doing a task or coming in mid-project and handling something. I'm literally seeing the beginning, middle, and end to final completion. One of the other pros is that I get to work where I want, when I want, how I want, including in my pajamas. and I definitely take advantage of that one. So that's really convenient, and I love the flexibility.
Outside of home, work is the place that you're going to spend most of your life. And if you're just driving into a cubicle every day and you're not happy about what you do and you're just doing it for the paycheck, that's not really going to get you excited. That's not really going to get you through the day. In my particular business, I see it as that it's something I'm very passionate about. When somebody asks me what it is that I do, I like to say that I help people, I help families enjoy their life, build communities, and grow their net worth through home ownership. I think that's something you could be passionate about. Just saying, I sell houses, or I show homes, or I drive people around neighborhoods. That doesn't bring that excitement and that passion as to really have a goal of what you're doing, what you're providing to people, and what you're providing to communities. Another thing about business ownership is, like Deborah said, you have the freedom, but you also have a lot more. Sometimes it's hard to separate the personal from the business. And there's times where I might take off a day in the middle of the week that somebody who's working for an employer might not be able to do. But then I might be up till 2 in the morning answering emails that need to get done because there's a deadline. So you have that flexibility in terms of scheduling things, but at certain times you're at the beck and call of your clients, and so you really do have to enjoy what you're doing, because success doesn't come overnight. It doesn't come right away. So you have to really enjoy that road and that path to success. And one of the things I have really enjoyed about the business is that as long as I feel that I'm doing things within legal bounds, I'm doing things legally, I'm doing things ethically, and treating people the right way, I think that you can have fun in whatever business you're doing. And as a business owner, you don't have a boss telling you what to do or how to do it. So for example, some of the fun things that I've done in my career that are somewhat outside of the box of what you might think of just a salesperson or a real estate agent or broker having done. I've had business cards styled in the shape of playing cards that I used to carry around in a playing card box and give them out in pairs, so you'd have a good poker hand, something to remember you from. I've made rap videos that have gone viral on the internet about real estate and the real estate sales industry, about buying a home, and then secondly, I think something very important, like my wife mentioned, is also getting involved outside of your business within your industry and being a mentor to others in the industry. Once you've established a foothold and some success, and really giving back, getting involved with discussions about the changing of your industry. I've been very involved with the board of directors for the Northern Virginia Association of Realtors, and got involved in what changes are coming up, changing the contracts, and getting involved with policy, even on the state and national level, and not just being concentrated on how that's going to affect my bottom line necessarily, but in how I could be part of the bigger community and give back, and also teach up and coming people who are just getting into the industry to learn how to be entrepreneurs themselves and succeed in the business. I think the business ownership is great. It's not necessarily for everyone. There's nothing wrong with getting a job at a company, and it's certainly a leap of faith sometimes in starting a business. But I think the rewards can be immense. And one of the great things, like Deborah said, is that you have that opportunity, and you don't have. Whereas staying at a law, when I was working at a law firm, it would be starting out as a junior person in a law firm, it takes a long time, first of all, to work your way up to partner, and you're working on a small piece of of the partner's cases, and if you do a good job this year, maybe next year they give you a little raise in salary, and the next year they give you a little raise in salary. In sales or business, any kind of business where you own your own business, it may be unpredictable, but there's no limit to how much work you can put in and how much reward you can get out. No one's there telling you, oh, you did a good job this year, we'll pay you 3% more next year. You can make 50% more next year. You have the possibility of also making 25% less next year, but you also have that potential for a great reward, which is something that we all strive for.